Good afternoon, students. We're going to look at the Odyssey 2.1. This video is going to be very short. First things first, please remember that the return of the Odyssey to the ending is on pages 595 to 616. And what I'm looking for here is specificity. So what is specificity? Okay, specificity is when you read the question, and after you read the question, you go to the text and you read that specific section of the text, and then you go back and you answer the question, the specific question that is being asked. What a lot of students are doing is that they think they can go to Quizlet and will give them the answer, and they find out, haha, the answer is wrong. And then you have to revise your answer. So you need to be very careful in this class, because when I ask you a specific question, you need to be able to answer that specific question. Okay. So let's look at question number 5. Okay. No, I'm not going to do 1 and I'm not going to do 7. I'm going to answer the question that is in the center of 2.1. Okay, so the question is analyze author's choices. Reread lines 164 to 1176. Look closely at the description of Odysseus's faithful dog, Argos. In what ways might Argos symbolize Ithaca, since Odysseus has been gone? Okay, so let's go back and let's look at that section of the text, and here it is. Odysseus heads for town with Eumaeus. Outside the palace, Odysseus' old dog, Argus, is lying at rest as his long-absent master approaches. While he spoke, an old hound, lying near, pricked up his ears and lifted up his muzzle. This was Argus, trained as a puppy by Odysseus, but never taken on a hunt before his master sailed for Troy. The young men afterwards hunted wild goats with him and hare and deer, but he had grown old in his master's absence, treated as rubbish now. He lay at last upon a mass of dung before the gates. Manure of mules and cows piled there, and till field hands could spread it on the king's estate. Abandoned there and half destroyed with flies, old Argus lay. Okay, so let's go back and let's look at the question. The question is asking you to look closely at the dog. The second part of the question is telling you in what way might Argos symbolize Ithaca, since Odysseus has been gone. Okay, so we know that Argus, and either its spelling is okay. We know that Argos has deteriorated, and that's one of the words that I tend to misspell a lot, has deteriorated just as Ithaca has in the 20 years that Odysseus has been gone. Now, Ms. Collins, how do I know that Ithaca has deteriorated? Okay, I'm going to pause the video. We know that Ithaca has deteriorated because they tell us at the beginning. Odysseus has finished telling his story to the Phoenicians. The next day, the Phoenician noblemen conduct him home by ship. He arrives in Ithaca after an absence of 20 years. 20 years, that's a very long time. The goddess tells him, the goddess Athena, appears and informs him of the situation at home. Numerous suitors, believing Odysseus to be dead, have been continually seeking the hand of his wife Penelope in marriage, while overrunning Odysseus's palace and enjoying themselves at Penelope's expense. Moreover, they are planning to murder Odysseus's son Telemachus before he can inherit his father's lands. Okay, so we know that the suitors are dangerous, and they are squatters. Penelope asked them to leave her home, and they did not leave her home, and they stayed there. So it's sort of like trying to evict someone who is a squatter in your house. And not only are they squatting in Odysseus's palace, but they're also trying to kill his son. So Ithaca has deteriorated within those 20 years. Okay, the dog. Okay, for some reason I can't get it to type, kiddos. I'm very sorry. The dog has been neglected. God, it reminds me of those commercials where they have the neglected dogs, and those commercials just make me cry. And I always give the people money. Okay, so the dog has been neglected and poorly treated. Somebody needs to call the ASPA, but unfortunately they don't exist. And Penelope and Telemachus suffer at the hands of the suitors who want money and power. Okay, kiddos. So that answered all aspects of the question. Oh yes, I forgot. They're trying to kill him too. You can add that in later, but I think we pretty much have what we need here. Okay, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, please email me at tkellens@ebrschools.org. Send me your remind text or ask questions in GoGuardian. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.